Van D, a dynamic leader with decades of experience building companies and crushing sales. He's been there and done that.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. My name is Van D.
Inspiring audiences across the country to do it too. Here's Van.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Van D podcast. You know, I really try to inspire you, motivate you, and empower you to be the best you can possibly be. And what I like to talk about on my podcast is always my experiences, my victories, and my failures. And hopefully you'll learn something from it that will enhance your career or your personal life. So today I want to talk to you about the way leaders think. It's a leader's mindset. You don't have to own a company, hold a management position, or be the head of any organization, or be a parent to have a leader's mindset. Each of us can benefit from incorporating a leader's attitude in everything that we do. And I really believe that a leader's mindset is a choice that we make. One of my favorite authors, Brian Tracy, who I was fortunate enough to sit by at an authors conference in Anaheim, California. Super good guy, but I really like what he said. Brian Tracy says, become the type of leader that people would follow voluntarily, even if you had no title or position. Think about that. That's a leader's mindset. You don't need a title that you're CEO, vice president, manager, to have a leader's mindset. To me, having a leader's mindset means you're always striving to be better. You are willing to make changes so you can become more effective in everything you do. That's been my whole career. I'm constantly trying to find ways to improve. When I built my company out of my basement, and it became one of the largest independent real estate firms in the United States, every day I wanted to strive to be better. That is a leader's mindset. Being a leader, as you know, is not easy. Constantly having a leadership mindset is even harder. So leaders don't take a day off from leading. It's not just something that you're going to do from 8 to 5. Leaders have to be on top of it on a daily basis, at least while they're at work. When I was starting my company out of my basement, it was just myself, and then I added 350 plus employees over 16 years. Taking a leadership role for me was no cakewalk. I've never done it before. I didn't have any experience. I didn't read a manual how to be a leader. I had no background in leading. So I had to learn how to develop and implement a leader's mindset. And I'll tell you, you have that ability. I don't care what your past and background is. Today you can make a choice that you're going to have a leader's mindset. Building the foundation of a company takes a lot of work. It took me a ton of work. I was involved in every aspect of my company. I was involved in marketing, sales. I was overseeing every department. And last but not least, dealing with every type of personality imaginable. When you're a leader, you have to be able to be a chameleon in dealing with other people that are working for you, working with you. Because not everybody's the same. And not everybody is going to think like you do, and you're not going to think like them. But I tell you, I think my biggest challenge in dealing with every personality imaginable was my own, because I had to constantly keep myself in check to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. John Maxwell says, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Now that is one of my favorite quotes. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So according to the Center for Creative Leadership, CCL, a good leader must have a certain skill set above and beyond that of an average person. Average people, I'm telling you right now, are not interested in being a leader, or else they wouldn't be average. Nothing wrong with it. But people that are striving to be better every day will never be considered average. Some of the skills that you need to have, according to the CCL, include the ability to delegate. Now, this was the toughest area for me. This aspect of leadership did not come easily to me. During my first several years in business, I wanted to handle everything myself instead of delegating responsibility to other people. That attitude was not benefiting anyone, especially me. I was judge, jury, and sheriff. I did everything. Even, in real estate, people are going to call you at night and on weekends. Well, I had the company phone line forwarded to my cell phone. So I handled everything until I learned how to delegate. And believe me, when I did, life became easier for me because you also empowered other people by giving them responsibilities. Communication as a leader is also a priority. Good communication skills are mandatory in a leadership role. When I wanted something done and I had to make it clear to others, I could have used some help in my communication style because it was less than acceptable. I was not good at my delivery. Actually, I'm still a work in progress on my delivery when I want people to do something for me. I'm getting better at it, but I'm still working on it. This is my 40th year in business. And I'm telling you, I'm not afraid to admit I'm still working on my delivery with people. But apparently it was okay with my company because my people that worked there loved it and they didn't leave. So apparently it's not as bad as I thought I was. I did get better over time with my communication skills because I made an effort and I was aware of what I need to work on. As a leader and having a leader mindset, you have to recognize your own weaknesses and strengths. You have to. You can't wait for somebody to say, hey, you're not very good at this or you're great at this. You've got to recognize what you need to work on and take constructive criticism from people, unless they're just doing it to be mean. But people that care about you aren't going to be afraid to tell you what you can improve on. I love it when people are helping me get better. Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, of course you know that, says outstanding leaders go out of their way to boost the self-esteem of their personnel. If people believe in themselves, it's amazing what they can accomplish. So this is one of my favorite areas of leadership. I know how to bring out the best in people. I've taken average real estate agents and helped them become great. We need to constantly help people boost their self-esteem and become better. That's a leader. Additional characteristics of the leader, according to the CCL, are influence, empathy, integrity, and two of my favorites that you mandatory in being a leader are gratitude and respect. When we're grateful for our coworkers and show them respect, they'll take a bullet for you. I had the greatest staff on the planet. I was so grateful to them, and I let them know it. I tried to let them know every day in some form or fashion. One of the ways I know that we excel in showing gratitude and respect is people in my firm love their jobs. No one ever left. Our retention score literally was the best in the industry because we treated everyone the way they should be treated, with respect and gratitude. We shouldn't be patted on the back for treating people well. That should be just a normal way of life. So I'm saving the best for last. Leaders create a winning culture. Having a leader mindset, we create a winning culture. All of the characteristics of leadership, of having a leadership mindset, can be summed up with one word, and that is culture. To me, the number one responsibility of a leader is to maintain a positive work environment. Now, I want to tell you something. You can learn more about creating a positive work culture and a positive workplace by going to my blog, and that's at my website, vandeeb.com, and scrolling through my newsletters. They will be very helpful. A lot of it talks about building a winning culture and leadership. Creating a leadership mindset may seem a little intimidating at first, but just remember, we all have the ability to do and become anything we choose. Let me repeat that. We all have the ability, the God-given ability, to become anything we choose. There are so many great resources to help you become a good leader. But one of the best way to do it is to hire me to come to your company and speak to you and your staff. I will get you to where you want to be. Why am I the right person to help you? Because I've been there and done that. I've created it. I've started from absolutely zero and built a culture that companies wanted to copy our blueprint. You're going to learn not just from my victories, but also my failures. And hopefully this will keep you from making the same mistakes that I made. And believe it or not, without a manual on how to lead, I made a lot of mistakes. But like I say, for more information, please email me at van@vandeeb.com. That's van@vandeeb.com, and let's set up a phone visit. I'd be thrilled to hear from you. You know, and this is a fact, but I really believe this. I believe leaders are made, not born. Becoming a leader is a choice that each of us can make. I was not a leader in my early days. I didn't have the structure of somebody saying, hey, you're going to be a leader when you grow up. I was just lucky to survive. I grew up in a wonderful family that was abundant with love and attention. But we didn't talk about being a leader when you grow up. I had to figure it out. So today in my podcast, I've just been sharing my brief take on a leadership mindset. I feel so strongly about this topic because, like I said, I was not born with it. I was not born with a leadership mindset. I had to create it. And I've enjoyed creating it. And I'm still every day trying to get better at being a leader. It's an ongoing, never-ending task. At least it should be. A leader, having a leadership mindset, means that we're willing to learn something new every day, pivot, and make changes when we need to. Trying to learn something new every day is a path to becoming a better leader. Everyone has the ability to be a leader, no matter what our position is. From the receptionist to the CEO, from a teenager to a grandparent. We all have the ability to have a leadership mindset. One of the greatest outcomes of having a leadership mindset is that you will encourage people, you will inspire people, you will motivate people, and you will empower everybody in your sphere to follow your example. This, my friends, is a sign of leadership when people are emulating what you're doing. They're inspired by you and your actions, and you guys all know how I feel about action. If you don't put something to work in action, it's just flying around in midair. You have to make sure that you're implementing what you're trying to change. Leaders, we're constantly trying to get better. So I hope you got something from this today on a leader's mindset. Like I say, go to my blog at vandeeb.com. You can learn so much there. Hire me to come speak to you and your company. I do consulting, coaching, keynote speaking, workshops. You got it. I'm going to give you my My direct line is 402-680-8448, or you can get me at van@vandeeb.com. And I'd really be grateful if you subscribe to this podcast so you'll get it in your inbox every month. And also, please share this with people that you know could use a little motivation or inspiration. So grateful that you were with me today. Remember, you are a leader.
A Hurrdat Media Production.